4 years later, we're gonna fix our barn door. Hi everyone, welcome to our channel. Today I am going to show you how we complete a project that has been outstanding for 4 years. That is going to be barn doors. We're gonna fix them. Now, the thing is, there's some tasks that you just put off and put off and put off. We're finally gonna get it done. If you stick to the end of this video, or if you scroll ahead, you can watch my husband try and move a shed. So this is our organizational hack. Whenever we start a project, we collect all the tools in a crate. Then we can set down the crate when we're done and we know that it needs to be put away. Okay, so we are at the workbench collecting the tools we're gonna need for the job. We've got the ladder, screwdriver. Look at that, deck screws, screwdriver, other screws, bit, washers. He's gonna do a nice job. Tape measure. Do you need a level? No. And do we have hinges already?
Hinges are up there. They just need to be redone. And
okay.
We're just gonna put it in. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do the border. We're just trying to replace what was broken.
All right. As you can see, got the chop saw, tools, ladder. So, what kind of scraps do we need?
These are
very nice.
Treated pieces.
Okay. So in our homestead, we keep absolutely everything, and we reuse everything. I've got some old cladding from our carport that had to be taken down because it blew away in the wind. We've kept all this lumber from when we took down those fence. Those milk crates are from back in the day when we moved. Everything gets used and reused and used again. Even the material we buy is all used or secondhand market. We don't go to the shop and buy our stuff. Too expensive. Used, secondhand. Life. If you're new here, my name is Violet. I am a wife to 1, mother to 5, have 38 goats, 21 chickens, 2 bottle calves, and 3 cats that help us keep the mice population under control. Our whole premise here is that it's okay to do things and you don't have to have a lot of money to try. So as you can see, this used swimming pool is our grain bin this year. It works. Okay, so we're backing up and you'll see our first project of the day. We are missing a barn door. We gotta fix that because it's letting in a draft and our cozy barn isn't as cozy as it should be. What do you think, ladies, gents? Do you think we can fix that barn door? So we put this barn door together some time ago and I used some very expired paint. It is not helping things, but you know, to close the hole it should work, right? Okay, and this is what I like to call the time-lapse part of the video. It begins with some standing and thinking.
Part of the basics of this project is that we needed to make sure that the sheet that we were using was stiff enough with the boards that I cut, and that we could basically lift it into place, hold it into place while we were screwing it down. So we set up the ladder on the bed of the truck. I went and I measured the boards on each side. We used all recycled material, and I think we came up with a pretty good looking product. It's not perfect, but it does get the job done.
As you can see, my job mainly is to be a supervisor and product manager and cheerleader and holder of ladders and tools. I want to get my 11-year-old son to take over this very important job. Oh.
It's
Look
complete.
at that.
Look at that. It works.
I'm afraid to tell you guys, I'm getting a little bit greedy and I've asked Phil if we can maybe fix this door too. So stick with us and let's see how far we get today.
This job was a little bit more simpler than the other job, mostly just because all I needed to do was screw the door right back into the same hinge holes. Part of the thing is that it's just an old building, and so what I'm screwing into is worn out. So basically I'd take my 3-inch screws and I'd go in at a really severe angle and try to make sure I caught some new wood going in, and I must have done so because it fits.
Okay, this is the smart goat teaching everyone to get out. So as promised, here is our adventures in trying to move our shed. We've broken off the door and put holes in the floor on the baseboards. We hope to get that to the back pasture, but our little Kubota just could not handle the weight. So instead, we're pushing it around and working on our rule of 3, and the 2 old buildings now are accompanied by this 3rd one, and they're in a nice tidy row. So that is the end of this week's acreage repair projects. We did get a lot of fencing done as well. Maybe I'll include some of that here too.
We're doing sheep wire on these fences. And one of the things that we always want to make sure that we're doing is trying to keep it tight. These animals are going to be in there for the whole season. So I've got a fence stretcher on a couple of the strands. So what I would do is I would keep it tense on one part of the strand. I would nail in the staples that had that tension, and I would move it down to a bottom one. I'm sure there's a tool out there that lets you tension the fence all the way through. It's a little bit difficult on the corners, and a lot of what we're doing, it just kind of depends on how the windboard's laid out. We would usually just be stapling straight to the protruding post instead of to the cross beam. I'd only hammer into the cross beam if the tension needs to be a little bit higher.
So that is something we've been wanting to do for quite a while, and it's one of those projects that just got put to the bottom of the list over and over again. So thank you for joining us while we fixed a couple of doors. If you haven't already, don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel for more inexpensive homestead content. Mm-hmm.